Hello, everybody. This is Peyton with the BackTable. We got
Manny.
And Kendall.
Welcome back to episode 2 of the BackTable. I know you guys have been wanting, driving us crazy in the comment section.
It actually has been ridiculous, but we love all of our fans. We're working on those sponsorship deals like we mentioned last time.
We do this for you guys.
For you guys, truly. Let's get right into it. So we are continuing on our projects that we're working for our conservation resources class, and trying different things to be more
Eco-friendly?
eco-friendly, conservationist. We
That's it.
everybody has to be their own conservationist to make this whole thing work. So these two did something different than last time. I continued to grow more plants. It's very different results this time, But we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. What they say, age before beauty. So Kendall, if you want to lead us off.
I do have a question. Did you guys, or Manny, did you continue doing what you did last time?
Yeah, I still take the bus to school.
I don't believe in
So
it.
sad. Kidding.
No, but I also did other things as well.
He actually drives a V12 Hemi, ripping a burnout the whole time to class.
I've been good about taking my bags to the grocery store. Anyways.
We did use those. We just went to Aldi, and
Yeah,
it was all reusable bags.
And I did.
And our bags
today.
look a little more, used, I guess.
We have.
I got this
humongous
recently, I
bags.
will not lie, but I have used it.
Our director has used it a lot more.
Okay. Well, I'm
So
supposed
yeah,
to
go
say,
and lead us off. So say what you did.
I went vegetarian for a little bit.
It was terrible.
He hates vegetarians. So he made it harder for me than normal to do it. So anyways, continuing.
Why do you keep looking at me? I didn't do anything.
Alright, let's be professional. Come on, carry on. Let's go.
Yeah, your turn.
Alright,
That's it?
So,
Well,
that's
what am
all
I
you have to
supposed
say.
Oh, am I supposed to answer the first question?
All right, well we'll go to Manny. We'll explain
Yeah,
everything
well,
first, I guess. Since
Okay.
Don't
Let me carry the weight of the
Okay.
podcast on my shoulders. I
Thank
guess.
you, the comedic relief. Thank you. Come on.
Alright, so I got one of these reusable bags instead of using the plastic one-use bags that they give you at the grocery store.
Yeah.
These are at Publix, Wally World, aka Walmart, and CVS, where I get my drugs. And
Big drugs guy.
Big pharma.
what else?
Farmer guy.
At Five Below, I got these. It's like a little carton, comes with soil and stuff, and it gives you little tomato seeds. I planted it. It's been like a week, no result, but eventually I will have my own little cherry tomatoes. Looking forward to that. And what else? I feel like there's something else besides the bag and the tomatoes.
So, how successful were you at implementing?
Well,
Oh.
I continued to, since we have to, not skip people.
Wait, my bad. I actually forgot something. Sorry.
Go ahead,
to cut
sir.
you off.
Sorry.
Also, I don't use water bottles. I have a Brita like that at my house.
I don't believe him.
I do. It's not for other people. It's mainly for me. I just fill it up and it's like only for me. Only I drink out of it.
Why didn't you bring your bread up for proof?
I brought my Yeti instead.
Where is it?
Yeti, sponsor me.
Wait, what is this thing on here, dude?
It's actually my pre-law rat.
Oh,
by
you're
Delta.
a law. Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty interesting.
Pre-law actually. Yeah. All right, carry on. Peyton,
Okay.
your turn.
And I continued growing my plants that I started from little seeds, my tomato plants. I had to go ahead, they're outgrowing their pots, so I transferred them into a larger thing. And I also started up a project at my fraternity where I'm going to be planting our entire front of our fraternity. Because right now it's just mulch, and it dries out really quickly, and it doesn't allow for any more ecosystems of, microfauna. So I'm working on that. That's going to be our my project.
Kendall, back to you.
Alright, so I was halfway successful at
She was
being
terrible.
vegetarian. So I started it last Wednesday, right? Or I was gonna start last Monday. Then I had to go to the grocery store and get ingredients for stuff. And that's already hard enough for me with my regular diet. It's really hard for me to choose foods and decide that I'm going to the grocery store. I suck at grocery shopping.
I'm good at grocery shopping.
He actually is. It's really weird skill. So I started it Wednesday, and do you
Wait,
remember?
Pull that chair. I think the cat wants to talk. trying to be in the podcast.
Think
Sorry,
you're
she'll
trying
come
to
back.
exploit
Um,
your.
Can
Think
you
you're
see
trying to
the
exploit.
cat? Can you see the
No.
chair? Oh, never mind.
Think you're trying to exploit the cat for views.
For real. Do you remember what we had last Wednesday
For food.
for food?
Um,
I had Krishna for sure, and then I forgot what dinner.
I know what
was.
I had.
What did you have?
Oh, that was the tofu.
Ew.
Oh, okay. So what I did
Ew,
last
I know,
week.
right?
Sounds disgusting.
So okay, my strategy last week was just to make the same foods I knew how to make, but just like sub tofu in for
Meat.
So our first meal was, what was it?
Those were Asian bowls that we made. We made like rice.
Like
with-
poke bowls?
Yeah, kind of like poke bowls.
Yeah.
And you made yours with the crunchy tofu, and I fried up a piece of chicken. I rendered out chicken fat and fried the thigh and the chicken fat, and then
Yeah.
cut that up and ate it. It was really so delicious.
Anyways, my tofu.
Absolutely mouth-watering complexity of flavor.
I like tofu, but I air fried it, and it was like a little weird because the outside was crunchy, but the inside's like very like not crunchy. So it's a little bit of a weird texture, and I also didn't really know how to season it that well. It tasted like fine, but the next night when we basically did the we just made like tiki marsala, which is just like from a jar, and I used tofu and he used the chicken, and that one came out a lot better because I seasoned, like I just added more like soy sauce and just different seasonings.
Would you say it was as good as chicken, Kendall?
No, but I can like tofu and things, but I think in that, maybe it was just the method I air fried it. It can be a little weird, but I liked when it was really crunchy. So I feel like that actually went decently, but I think like the reason why it was kind of hard is that tofu doesn't really go well in some contexts, and I feel like being fried might not be the right context for tofu.
Okay,
That's the way I did
let's
it.
stop beating around the bush. Meat is better. Sorry. That's it.
I like tofu in some situations,
Alright.
like miso soup.
So.
Well, my experience of being in this house while she was being vegetarian was atrocious. Mostly because I felt like most meals I had to save so they would taste good.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything.
We had curry tonight. We made coconut curry.
Wait, I'm getting to that. Don't.
Oh, sorry. I lied. We
Spoiler.
did not have coconut curry tonight.
All right, like I'm talking about my first strategy that I implemented.
Oh, your
and
first
then
strategy.
for the
Okay,
second-
okay. My bad.
All right.
See?
Can you get the cat? Is the cat in frame?
Pam.
Yeah.
Well, movie star.
Anyways, so I mean that went fine. I feel like that's like a good way if you want to become vegetarian. But for me, like eating breakfast and lunch is fine while being vegetarian because I couldn't do that anyways. I've done that before.
Yeah.
Just eat banana and like a protein shake and then like a salad for lunch and I'm chilling. But
Would
it's
you ever
usually
consider
dinner.
going vegan?
No.
No.
It just seems like way too hard. Like, you have to worry about like milk and things and eggs. Like, at least
So
I
what
could
was-
have eggs if I wanted.
Let's think
to.
about it. What was the most difficult part of being vegetarian?
The fact that we center our dinners around like a protein.
Protein-centric meal.
Yeah. So like, usually if I'm like eating something like. I want like my protein. Tofu's like just not. It doesn't taste as good as like
Yeah.
chicken and stuff. You know what I mean?
Manny, how do you structure your meals? Are you similar? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're from different cultures. So maybe you guys like do it a little different.
But my breakfast and lunch, I don't really like do that as much.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Yeah, for dinner thing. Usually like in my Hispanic household,
well.
it's like usually like white rice, black beans, and then like either steak or chicken, maybe pork chops.
See, yeah.
So it's also like protein.
See, in my Italian household, it was exclusively
Spaghetti.
meat set. Yeah, a lot of pasta.
Alright, Mario.
A lot of pasta with a lot of meat all over them. I'm a big meat guy.
Nice meats.
Love
Arby's.
meats.
We got the meats.
We got the
Sponsor
meats.
us.
Sponsor us. Send us funny. Maybe some
Oh.
free Arby's, like your fries. But the whole but like everything we made. So you made that. I tried some of the tofu.
The second tofu was better.
I like but like I had a piece that was fried like we did in the air fryer and it was
Oh, that
fried
was-
super
that
super
was
super
good.
fried. And I tried it, and it tasted like pretty good. It was
Yeah.
just crunchy. It wasn't bad. And I came in there with a negative disposition about tofu
That's fair.
because every time I've had tofu it was very mediocre, if not bad.
I like bland things sometimes, so
Yeah,
I was like,
see,
fine.
How can you like?
I like bland things. That is the whitest
Sometimes
comment
I
I've ever
do.
heard in my
If
entire life.
I'm, listen, like tofu miso soup is like bland, but it's there for texture. Like it's just like that's
The
what-
texture's
All right,
bad.
what's the
I like
second
texture.
question? We've been on tofu for like the
I'm
past.
sorry,
10
dude.
minutes.
I just can't get over
Well,
it.
I have a lot of things to talk about.
All right, well let's speed it along.
all right.
Well, let's take a break
Um,
from that. And let's go to Manny real quick.
Yeah,
while you
yeah,
can
I'll
pile
come
your
back.
thoughts on it, you know.
Exactly.
All right, Manny. So how was you said that generally? How are your experiences generally with using reusable bags?
All right, so I only have one as of right now.
Only
And-
one.
Yeah.
He was really successful with using reusable bags. We can see.
Well, I usually like
I mean,
go
look,
out.
he doesn't shop black. Wait.
Look at the guns, all protein, right?
Right.
Whatever. I have permits for these babies, by the way.
July 1st. Don't eat it.
And so, yeah, I was pretty successful, but usually I do my grocery shopping for the entire week, and seeing as there's only one bag, I've had to like, you know,
So you're
Shop-
Why didn't you
shop
just
less.
buy more bags?
No, but so you were shopping Mediterranean, you know, where you get like things just for that one day,
yeah.
you know,
Hold on.
freshness. a lot
That's
of fresh
Spanish.
food.
That's Spanish vibes, you know.
Spanish vibes, like in Spain, you know. You
Yeah,
go-
we take siestas.
This
and stuff.
is how big my like shopping bag is.
Well, clearly you guys eat more than you know I do.
Continue. Sorry.
Clearly.
But yeah, it's been fun.
Now, did you have any challenges, right? So taking the bus, blah blah blah. Usually, it's convenient for us to just like stop by Publix on the way home, right, and grab some stuff for dinner. But if you're taking the bus, where do you keep the bag?
Oh no, I drive to the grocery store. My bus doesn't stop at any grocery
Okay.
store on the way back to my complex.
So you have to like you go home and then you have to head back out. That because I feel like that's like
Well, most days I stay at my girlfriend's house and she lives right by campus, so I just walk to that Publix on campus.
okay.
Shove
And
her
then
legs.
it's not too bad.
Yeah, I use the shove her legs.
And then you make her hold the bag, and it's your really you don't even notice.
Yeah.
I do the same.
Yeah.
Well, that's sick. That's sick. Was working on my plants.
You just watch the sun rays, just you know.
Well, no,
Big
I was
impact.
working on them because we had a little drought here. We had like a series of like no rain, and they weren't doing great, and they still aren't doing that great. I've switched it up. I use all of my water from my fish tanks, and I recycle that, and I give it to my plants because it's like nutrients and stuff. And they're starting to rebound a little bit, and I've got 3 like fully formed plants though, and they're coming back. But I'm about to replant for the spring, and I mean I've just kind of been keeping the status quo for it. It's been pretty annoying, pretty successful. All right, I can talk about though my project I'm doing for my fraternity. I'm using this. It's called creeping thyme, right? And it's this drought-resistant species of thyme, like the herb, but it's purple, right? So it's this really beautiful flowering herb that is super drought resistant and isn't very common in Florida, but it doesn't grow very tall at all. It's kind of like a carpet. So I think adding that to a traditionally just bland green lawn, as like an accent pieces in places will, one, look very good. Second, will help with any like, the problem with modern lawns are like the monoculture and the real, destruction of biodiversity within our neighborhoods. And I think that'll help that. And that nice pop to the UF campus over there.
Is it in the frame?
So that's kind of what I was working on. That's kind of my plans. I've been figuring that all out. Yeah.
Can go back to
So we're going back on. So now we are past day 1 of her being a vegetarian.
yeah,
We have went through
those 20
24
minutes
hours.
of rambling or just the first 24
Okay,
hours.
right.
Very
The first
eventful.
2 meals. She has cooked 2 meals, and they use the same thing. I mean, she used the
We
same
gotta
place.
talk about the tofu.
Okay, tofu era. That was the tofu
Tofu era.
Now she's done.
So now we went to Daytona for Peyton's frat, and first stop. That day I was like just not hungry at all, and I didn't eat for like the whole day.
We went to Chick-fil-A.
The first stop was straight Chick-fil-A.
Like, I don't know what she's trying to say here.
What? Well, I was getting.
She told me in the
Yeah.
car, she was like, "Oh, I wonder how long I'm gonna hold out." And then we're in the car, we're like, oh God, we're all hungry. We gotta drive 3 hours to Daytona. All right, let's go to McDonald's. She's like, oh, I guess I can get a salad from there or something. And then I was like, dude, why are we messing around? Let's just go to,
No,
Chick-fil-A. She's
McDonald's
like, let's go to Chick-fil-A.
No.
And then we went to Chick-fil-A.
McDonald's didn't have anything that was a vegetarian unless you want to just eat fries.
Salads.
Same. They don't have salad.
Yeah, they do.
They
McDonald's.
discontinued it.
McDonald's.
They discontinued it.
They don't have
McDonald's
Look
has
at
salads. They don't have salads.
Producer,
No.
producer, do they have salads anymore? Can you check?
They don't have salads
You have a
anymore.
phone?
They discontinued it.
Here, is this your phone? I'm sorry. We're gonna, don't go to the camera, please.
Well,
She's
yeah,
not-
you
Yo, come on, be professional.
Alright.
This is not why you
Anyway,
pay the big bucks.
While I get fact checked, even though I already looked at the menu while it was going down,
Listen, top cheese free. We don't listen to women.
then we went to Chick-fil-A and I was just like, you know what, I'm done. And then also we did some drinking on the trip and I need some.
I don't remember that.
What did you guys do on the trip?
So I practiced my yoga on the beach. It was very, very peaceful. I enjoyed the
Okay,
consumption
anyways.
of religious materials.
Skipping this, right?
Fast forward.
Fast forward.
It's easy to look at
Just-
the camera.
The cat's so great.
She doing something?
This is a
She's
terrific
looking.
cat. She's looking at the camera.
Oh,
Oh.
so what she's been doing is she's been working on the extermination of nuisance insects in
She's getting rid of invasive
residential.
species.
Like blue anoles and things. She's been helping fight against invasive reptiles and insects.
If you move her closer,
In
maybe she'll
residential
be in the
areas.
frame.
Move her like closer.
Yeah.
Hey, producer.
She's supposed
A
to be.
little more.
She looks so angry.
Okay, there.
But yeah. Anyways, go back to this week. Decided to go for a new strategy where I just look up vegetarian recipes. Made spaghetti, which I really liked it. He tried it, he didn't like it, but I was going basically both recipes are just like a ton of vegetables. Just put like literally every vegetable in there. I really liked it. It had squash and stuff, and I really like squash. And yeah, I would recommend.
It was
And
mediocre
then I
at
made
best.
curry today. I was not good at making the curry. It tasted bland, and then Hayden came and saved it. But
Yeah, it too with the salt bay.
yeah, but it tasted good. See, he didn't like my
The
spaghetti.
spaghetti
though. I did
though
like my
was
spaghetti.
sacrilege. My grandmother's turning in her grave.
It's like very light, like it's like French.
French.
Or
It's
something.
spaghettis. Spaghettis is Italian. All right.
It's very light. Like,
I
it's not
made
for
well.
penne.
So she made that, and I was not gonna be. It really beat me up
This has
because I
nothing
wanted
to
to
do.
eat like with her and like us to make the same meal. Instead, we made two different meals because I just wasn't listening to that boy.
Well, no, he made spaghetti too, just with
So
his
I
own
made
sauce.
spaghetti. I made spaghetti, and I did like a ground lamb. My spaghetti was really delicious.
Okay.
Fantastic. I mean, like I've had like 10 or so people tell me how delicious it was. So
However, in terms of this costs definitely a lot more because I have to get a ton more produce, and produce is really expensive. So we went to Aldi, which made it a lot less expensive.
except for their limes suck.
Except for their limes aren't as good.
Their limes. Aldi, I want you to sponsor us. Get up the product on the limes needs to turn up a little bit.
No, but everything else is perfect.
Yeah. Chef's kiss. Byron
Chef's
Meat.
kiss.
Yeah, we like them.
And then breakfast, oatmeal,
Good
lunch,
day tomorrow, by the way.
leftovers.
Yeah, put them more.
But yeah.
So,
It's mostly like energy and like thinking of new recipes. I'm sure once I got like recipes down, it wouldn't be like a big
Just go on
deal.
Pinterest, bro. That's what Tati does.
Yeah, I found like some good stuff.
really, Pinterest.
No, yeah, I got some good stuff on there before.
That's awesome.
And then if you're shopping at Publix, oh my god, you're gonna have an insane grocery bill.
But
But Aldi
shopping
is great.
is a pleasure there, by the way. Public.
I mean, Publix is like this meal at Aldi cost me like $20. I had to get 2 things from Publix. It was like an extra 10.
It's true. So,
But the quality, you know, is just there.
so the main problems that you were facing during this whole deal
Economics.
was the economics, right?
And also tofu at Publix was like the same amount. Like it was like $5, and for chicken thighs they're like $5. So it's like same price.
It was like same price per pound.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
bet
like a
you
pound
was
of
less.
tofu.
Really?
I think it's a pound of tofu.
That's way more expensive than chicken thighs are like $3.98 per pound.
I don't know. I don't know how much tofu it is.
Hmm.
It's definitely like 2 meals.
Producer,
worth.
how much do you think tofu is?
It's $5. I just don't know the weight.
Oh.
But yeah. So, anyways, we can move on.
Now-
from me.
So, those are the difficulties you faced. I mean, did you have any other experiences on your bag? Like, did anybody comment on it? Did you find any awkwardness at the register?
Yeah, I
Like,
didn't get any card or anything, but the thing is, I do a self
Wait,
checkout.
you went to Publix and didn't say thank you for bringing your reusable bag?
No, I bought it at Publix and no, they didn't. They didn't tell me. But yeah, it's just in the self checkout. Number one, and number two, yeah, it isn't that big, so I can't fit that many things in here. It's kind of a hassle.
So now, would you think?
I think it fits more than the plastic ones, but if they gave you like 10 plastic bags, you fit a lot of items.
Yeah, of course, it could fit that.
So I don't know, maybe I'll get one of those big ones that Kendall has.
Do you think you'll continue using
Except for
reusable
one time it
bags?
ripped off me.
I just leave them in
Like,
the car,
immediately.
so I don't really forget it. But whenever I bring the groceries down, sometimes I have the garden. Not gonna lie, but yeah, I think I can continue using them.
So what tactics?
And I feel like I'm doing something for the environment, which it's a nice incentive, nice little motivation.
Now, what's the main benefit, like, for the environment? So, like, we're cutting down waste, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but this is made out of. How many bags do you think you'll save using this?
I don't know. So now I go to Publix, I buy a lot of items, or Walmart, a lot of items, just a lot of bags. So I'm
You
saving a
think
lot.
it's like polyester?
It's definitely polyester.
It
I bet
probably,
you it
probably
says
says it right here.
And you said you got the bag from Publix.
Yeah.
How much did it cost you?
I think like $2.99.
$2.99. That's pretty.
It's
I mean-
100% polypropylene.
Plastic. It's 100% plastic.
It's made in Vietnam.
Nice.
But that's only one plastic thing versus like.
And this is reusable. Those
And that's
other ones
reusable.
are like one time use.
What you need to do is get a metal.
This metal.
It's like no, like
A metal
bag,
bag.
yeah, and then
A
like
basket.
And then my shoulders will fit out.
Collapsible.
Yeah, let's be realistic, guys.
What made you want to do reusable bags?
Kendall inspired me in the last episode.
That's fair.
Trendsetter over here.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I wanted to do more for this conservation effort. I didn't just want to walk and like take the bus.
Were there any other things you like thought that?
Yeah,
I don't know what our other suggested topics were for this assignment.
Manny and I did something a little different this I'm kidding. The other stuff, well, we can keep going.
I know, but I was wondering what were the other things on the list?
Volunteer for a conservation organization, switch to energy
I
efficient
work.
light bulbs,
And that's cool.
avoid food waste and or compost, limit water use through shorter showers, fewer loads of laundry, recycle, eat a plant-based diet.
I think we really did some of the most effective ones out there. So it's the practicality of being a college student, changing the light bulbs of your apartment. One, it's already paid for by the apartment, which makes no sense. Volunteering is difficult, I think, for us. We all work, we all have school, we're all busy guys and gals, and it's difficult for us.
Dudes and dudettes.
Which other one? I think I missed one.
Recycle.
Oh, I mean, we already recycled. If you don't recycle, you're a
In
terrible.
2023, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, come on. You hate Earth. You hate your kids. Just say you hate your
Manny,
kids.
do you think you're gonna keep doing this? Do you think
The
if
bag?
You, yeah,
Yeah.
do you think if
I
you
mean, I invested a whopping like $2.99 to $3.99 here. You think I'm gonna throw the money away? Oh.
well,
I
is
don't know.
it okay?
You throw away plastic bags all the time before.
And you were also saying that
Well,
it's making you
I don't throw away the bags. I keep it
Oh, you
in
reuse
my
them.
dishwasher. Yeah.
In your dishwasher.
no,
I don't use
oh
the
no,
dishwasher
we do
for
that too.
That's what Hispanic
Well, we don't. We don't have a dishwasher.
Oh, in your dishwasher?
Yeah.
Oh,
like-
it's
I
Turn
thought
it
you
on.
meant under your sink.
no, like, yeah.
In
I have like around 200 to 300
What?
little plastic
What?
bags in my dishwasher. That's
You don't
what
use your
Hispanic
dishwasher?
people don't use dishwashers. Yeah.
And I'm gonna turn that thing
Oh,
on
that's
and melt
fair.
them all.
I use it as a drying rack.
That is so fair.
So, did you have a use prior for the plastic bags?
I like having them. Like, what if I need a bag?
In case you need to make a parachute out of 400 Publix bags. I suppose it might be an efficient thing.
But yeah.
I support it. I support your effort in.
I do think I will continue to use
I
this.
mean, you're
Alright.
saying
Now,
that
they do have
this is
recycling.
making. Well,
For
you,
those plastic
oh, yeah.
bags that he has 700
I mean-
for.
I mean, you were saying that has made you go to the grocery store more. Is that going to be an obstacle?
Not if I buy a bigger one, then I'll just have
Yeah,
one each.
You
'Cause
gotta
right
get
now
the
I'm
arm.
lacking. I only have one for like one arm. I need like two.
Now, when you do produce, do you still use the plastic bags that they provide you at the when you're grabbing like a onion or a thing of bananas? Like, do you use the plastic bags or do you put them straight in the reusable bag?
Well, it depends how many I'm getting. Like, if I'm getting like a lot of limes, and I use the thing. But if I'm getting just a few,
Yeah,
You just put them in there and then you put them on the thing. 'Cause that's something I never understood is all the packaging or plastic items, even for meat. Like they have the other plastic bags. and
Oh
it's-
no, for the meat, I
I understand
definitely
for that
use
one, but like besides from that, there's so much excess.
Mhm.
That's my one gripe with Aldi. They have so much plastic packaging around all of their produce.
Well, that's how it gets so cheap
I don't like it.
because it's all prepackaged.
Our sponsor, UF Geography.
So how about you? How likely are you to keep doing this?
Oh,
Maybe
I plan.
you-
I plan
Yeah.
on continuing to
so
grow
the day you
plants
die,
till the day I
Well,
die.
and something
How-
grows from.
How challenging was it? Let's
So
go back to
I've been
that.
facing one of the plants are tricky. A lot of people don't have green thumbs. I think I'm pretty good with them.
Yeah, the green pinky.
Weather. You know, we live in the beautiful sunny North Florida, and it's we're just in the end of spring before summer. It gets dry, but then when it monsoons, we'll have 3 days of monsoons, and that drowns out my plants. So I've been having to pay more attention to it, and really take care of them, and make sure they get watered every day. With this, especially with the increases in temperature and all that. I don't know if you guys know this. Plants, especially fruiting plants, really don't like to get super hot. And when it's like 102 degrees at like 5 o'clock cooking our balcony, I have to move them into the shade, try to give them some more water so they don't, wilt and get all nasty. I plan on keep doing it. I have had significantly more challenges
What about
than
at the
than
frat?
before. So at the frat, I'm having to lay down, 6 inches of topsoil for 200 square foot of area, and then start planting on that. I am planning on using.
Are any of your frat bros helping you out with this project, or is this individual?
I might enlist some new initiated brothers as manual laborers, as one does, and their efforts will be vital to the future of the fraternity. So yeah, I'm gonna have some help, but that's more work, and that's been a progress. I was sick, so I wasn't able to work on it yet. I'm excited to get working on it soon.
How much did it cost?
So all the soil, our wonderful OM coordinator put up the money to start us for a gracious donation, and originally I was given a budget of $300. I didn't even get close to using that. I bought the tools that I needed, and I bought all the soil because it makes no sense really to buy plants if you're not ready to not ready to put it in. So right now I'm at $65, $70 of my $300 budget that I've been given, and after that, I'm trying to use fruit plants. I'm trying to make us a more sustainable organization, and be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor and of our land. So I'm planning on growing some strawberry bushes around the creeping time.
You should do blackberries.
Well,
Blackberries are fire.
Yeah.
the difficulty I have, so I've got a raspberry bush. They're just the same family as the blackberries. They need to grow in another plant in dense shade. The front of my fraternity house just has way too much sun, and it's a problem I've been having. One of my plants I've had a real difficulty making it thrive. It survives, but it isn't thriving.
Producer, how many minutes we have?
28.
But it's been a challenge. It's been much more challenging than the first time I was on here when they were just like growing and growing and growing. The transplant to a bigger pot has put a lot of stress on the plants.
I mean, that's kind of exciting though that all this doesn't take too much money to do.
Yeah, I mean that's the number one. That's a huge way to get fresh, organic,
Non-GMO.
non-GMO.
No
it'll still be
pesticides.
GM. It could still be GMO. You know what I mean?
GMOs aren't bad for you though.
Yeah, they just are bigger and mutated.
No pesticides though.
No pesticides, and it's from here. We had one of our peppers that I grew,
Yeah.
and it was delicious, so delicious. But it's been very successful, and I've been pretty happy. Now, Ken, do you think would you consider moving a portion, guys?
There's
There's a
another
cat outside.
cat.
Oh, it's an orange cat?
It's a heavy cat, the orange cat. It drinks out of the old fish tank. We're gonna have to cut this
It looked
out.
like- I don't know.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, so we're just gonna.
I know how to do it.
Sorry, a new shift. This doesn't get cut out.
It might not get cut. I have.
Anyways, so yeah, we had a cat outside who's drinking. I've got a little fish tank out there, so all sorts of animals come and drink from it. Would you consider integrating at least 1 or 2 meals a week as vegetarian?
Yeah, I mean for breakfast, like if I like oatmeal and it's really easy to make. I kind of want to do overnight oats, but that's like kind of a decent amount of effort. But normal oatmeal is just really easy.
What about dinner? So would we do like these vegetarian curries or?
I don't know. You made my life a bit of a living hell when we were getting the spaghetti stuff.
Could this face make
Oh
anybody's
my
life a
god,
living
we
hell?
were at Aldi and like the whole time I'm getting the spaghetti stuff, he's like, "This is gonna taste horrible. Like you are really gonna regret
This
making this."
is.
And like literally the whole time, like I was like debating like finding another recipe. I was like, "What do I do?" I thought it came out good. It came out how I wanted it to, which was like very light.
Bland, you would say?
No,
was
it's not
very
bland.
bland. It
It
was very
wasn't bland.
It tasted like
No, it was not bland. There was
just
so much
vegetables
veggies.
with no seasoning.
I didn't think it was bland.
She had my lamb one last night.
The lamb just has a very distinctive taste.
What did it taste good?
Yeah, but
Did it
has-
taste better?
No, I like mine.
Oh.
Mhm.
No, she's lying.
Anyways, I would be willing to do it. Like,
Well, I
mean,
do enjoy the Krishna lunches.
yeah, we've been getting. Got a ton of Krishna lunches, and then it's just hard when we make dinners together, and he's like, "I am not having this without me." Like,
My food was delicious every time.
so that's one of the hurdles.
But you would
Nice.
consider it.
I would do it for like breakfast and lunch. Lunch I usually do leftovers, but for a while I was making like a salad with strawberries and mandarins.
Manny,
and,
have
like,
you ever
some
thought about doing
strawberry
going
vinaigrette.
vegetarian?
It's so good.
Absolutely not.
Never.
Never.
Have you ever eaten Krishna?
I
Yeah.
went vegetarian
Yes.
for like
Did not like it.
You did not like Krishna. What day did you have? Remember?
Like Tuesday maybe.
Like 10, Tuesday's a bad day. Monday, really good. Wednesday is mac and cheese.
I like the Wednesday mac and cheese.
It's not very great. I'm a mac and cheese guy. I like cheese in my mac and cheese. There's no cheese. It's just mac.
So this is Mac.
Friday's really good as well. It's like chili. But that's definitely
Not
I
a
think
big chili guy.
easy. But you should need to try it. It's $5. It's an easy, affordable, accessible way for students to eat healthy.
I agree.
Especially as we found out, it's kind of difficult. I admit it is difficult to make things taste good with it's only being vegetarian.
I don't think it's like necessarily difficult. Like this is like definitely like a dish that's like totally out of my wheelhouse to make. I've never made any sort of curry before.
Me neither. I agree, and it is more challenging.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you're making, though. I don't know. Like, with the tofu, like, it was pretty easy to make. I just had to, like, put,
Break
like,
it up, add stuff.
I
yeah.
had to just, like, put stuff on it so like, all the water would go out. But
Yeah.
that wasn't bad at all.
Awesome.
But yeah, breakfast and lunch, like, definitely, like, because I don't like protein in my salads, to be
Yeah.
honest. So, like, if I'm eating a salad, that's chill for me.
Alright.
But dinner,
Well, do we have
probably
any
not.
Do we have any closing statements
wait,
here?
wait.
Any?
Wait,
We
yeah,
have
there's
more.
questions? Alright, yeah.
How likely is the general public to apply this strategy?
I think it's pretty likely if you're willing to spend maybe $10
$4.
$10 tops to get like big, like multiple and like big ones.
Yeah, I
it's,
don't even
it's
think
really
big
not
ones
that
are
much of a
lot.
hassle. You might forget it every once in a while if you like bring down the groceries and forget to put it back in your car, but for the most part, I haven't really forgotten it. And
How does this compare to
simple.
paper though? So like if you get paper and you just recycle it, is that like good or?
Paper doesn't have handles.
I've seen some, but
Whole
yeah,
Foods.
it is pretty rare.
True.
Yeah, but Whole Foods is very expensive, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotta pick your battles there.
What else?
All right. Well,
What about
how do you
yours?
think your?
What about yours?
I agree. It's
It's a time commitment.
a time commitment for gardening. It definitely is a time commitment. You have to be patient. Unlike all these things where it's pretty immediate results, right? You're just like, I'm gonna eat vegetarian. Like, I'm just gonna reuse bags. I'm like, I'm gonna try to cultivate life. You know, and it's difficult, and you
Oh,
fail.
you're not birthing somebody here to come out.
I did, dude. These were my tomatoes.
Alright then, Boogaroo.
Yeah, don't be jealous. But it's difficult, and I have plants that are not doing good, and it's kind of disheartening when if you forget your bag one day, you're like, whatever, I'll just do it tomorrow. But if like my plant dies because we have a heat wave, I just lost like 2 months of work.
Wow.
Which is a little disheartening. I'm
And
like,
time is money.
Yeah.
time is money. That's like $12.
Yeah.
Now, how easy is it for the general population to be vegetarian?
I think it's kind of hard because
Yeah,
I
if
think
you like,
a lot
if you
of
like having a palate and like tasting good food.
Yeah.
I agree. I like good food.
I think a lot of American
Steak.
culture is based around like
It's protein centric.
protein centric, which isn't like a bad thing. Like you can get protein in other ways, like chickpeas and like tofu and stuff. It's just like
Yeah, but it's
a little
like-
harder to like integrate sometimes, and tofu is definitely like more of an not acquired, but like I don't know.
Well, if you think about
Sort
it,
of an
generally,
acquired taste?
all of our cultures, right, haven't prioritized like eating vegetarian.
Yeah, like so if you're from like a family that eats vegetarian, like that.
You probably have 50 million recipes. Your grandma knows how to make some
Yeah.
curry that or something that just like blows your mind. We don't, so it's like a distinct disadvantage.
Yeah. And how's like the pricing for tofu like as compared to like
It's like
meat?
$5 a
I
pound.
mean, I got tofu at Publix, so it might be more expensive. So it was kind of expensive there, but like
It was
chickpeas are
expensive
pretty.
in Publix, but like
I don't know where else. I didn't look anywhere else.
compared to like the other
Oh, like
protein at
compared
Publix,
to, because I guess we are comparing it to chicken thighs, which are definitely the cheapest protein.
It is, yeah, that is our
Oh.
main form of.
Because I buy meat at Publix and it's like
What's the main meat you purchase at
Yeah.
Publix?
I like buy
Chicken breasts?
like steak and
Steak?
that's
Big
like
steak guy, yeah.
yeah and like $7.
But that's like
$8.
$8-9
Yeah,
a
7-8
pound.
bucks.
Yeah.
So this is $5 a pound. So comparatively for you, it would be more affordable.
Yeah,
But
but
We're going
I like
steak.
Yeah.
It's not really equal.
No, it's not. I mean,
But
you're
then
really.
chicken thighs we'll buy from Aldi from anywhere from $2.50 to $3.99 a pound. Bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs, and that's just the most affordable protein you can really consume right now.
However, I do think it is definitely possible for the general public to integrate this into like breakfast and lunch. Just because lunch you can have salads without protein easily, in my opinion. And then breakfast, there's so many breakfast options, oatmeal, grits, whatever. To eat. And like
I think breakfast is definitely the easiest one to.
breakfast 100%. Like I can do oatmeal, or like I used to do a protein shake and like
Cereal.
banana. Yeah, and even like I switched
Fruit.
to
Yogurt.
almond milk.
You know what I mean? All these things.
Yeah, because
Most
I'm
of-
vegetarian.
I tried oat milk the other day, but
And you can eat eggs, so it's not like you're used to. You don't eat bacon, egg, and cheese every morning, anyways.
I do like bacon though. Bacon's fire.
Yeah, but like,
And
you know,
I don't really like
big
eggs
cheese guy
personally.
as
Like,
well. Not so
Wow.
much eggs.
but cheese is vegetarian.
What do you call this thing? I tried oat milk the other day. It was like Chobani or whatever, but like
ooh, I love chobani.
Chobani's great. I
Well, I was
love
talking
the
about the
yogurt.
yogurt, yeah.
but
That was the oat milk.
it was like vanilla flavored. And I didn't like it.
Oh,
It
I
had,
don't like
a-
vanilla flavor.
I don't like the
Yeah.
flavored.
I haven't tried like the regular one yet, so I can't give you like my
the
Yeah.
full opinion on Chobani oat milk.
I bought almond milk for this, and like I used it. I did
Is there a
cereal one
difference
day.
here? Almond milk and oat milk? Is that
Yeah, they're made
There's
out
a
of different
difference.
things.
okay.
Some are made out
Um,
of oats. The other ones are made out of almonds.
I don't even know what those are.
There's also like
It's
different,
like it's like oatmeal.
there's also like different conservation stuff. Like some of them are made more ethically. than others.
Sustainably and ethically
Yeah.
and harvest
Um,
What's
harvest
unethical about
responsibly.
like crushing like almonds with
Well,
water?
no,
or whatever?
it's unethical to like pay people
Oh, okay.
near slavery wages to pick almonds.
Um,
that's the unethical harvesting.
That
of it.
makes sense right there. Okay.
but for me, like the almond milk, like I can use that in my like if I'm not like actually like tasting the milk as a separate thing, I would use that whenever. Like
Yeah,
that
sure.
does not bother me. But like if I were to use it in cereal, that would bother me because the consistency is just different, and it's like weird. But the taste doesn't bother me too much. Yeah. Manny, I think we already talked
So
about
what's-
this. How does using a reusable bag impact the resource,
Okay.
and how helpful is it in conserving resources?
How does it impact the resource?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You're just using less
Yeah.
petrochemicals.
Yeah, I think we sort of went over
Yeah, we
this.
kind of
Now
covered this
how?
already.
So I mean, like mine, I'm using
Yeah.
less of the same plastics and stuff. Now, how do you think for yours, right? Because we're getting produce that is being flown from all over the world
Well, it's just
to
like,
sustain your vegetarian self.
well, you would still be eating produce. Oh, you're saying like as a counterpoint? Yeah.
So
I mean,
you want cauliflower, but cauliflower isn't in season in this part of the United States
that's
all the time.
true.
But
and
you want it.
cauliflower is like a
It's a
big
staple.
part.
Of vegetarian.
By the
cuisine.
way, we put cauliflower in the curry. It was really good.
So do you think it makes sense for cauliflower to be flown from Vietnam to here so you can eat cauliflower?
I mean, I guess it's just a trade-off. Like,
Everything has trade-offs.
Yeah, but like,
The
to
cost
be fair,
benefits, you know.
you're not killing an animal for it. Like, it's like just straight up like
But
planting.
it could be,
and
farming like that does
meat
contribute
still
to.
gets transported all over the United States, like through.
But it's
buses
United
and stuff.
States.
But
Yeah, but
still,
the
it's
United
flying,
States
you
still
know.
like
It's still...
farms and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, it's not. I don't know
One
where
thing that-
cauliflower is made.
One thing that
specifically.
meat is if you really think about meat, right?
Yeah.
That animal was alive less than a week ago.
Yeah.
Super fresh. It has to be, right? Because it goes bad. When vegetables, apples, oranges, squash, we think of those things as being able to stay for 2-3 weeks, especially if they're refrigerated.
Yeah.
So, we see a lot of like produce being brought to market under ripened
Yeah.
and given those ripening agents, which I don't know what the effects they have on our body.
That's fair. I mean, also, what to say about like, even though like, one of the trade-offs for being like vegetarian is you really do have to like look into like your protein intake. Like,
Yeah.
for me, like it's obviously easier just to like have a meal and just not have meat in it, but that's really not the ideal way to go about it. You have to like actually like look
Supplement
to
with
see.
whey protein, make sure you get enough,
Yeah,
I
like,
agree.
I had like protein shakes and
She
she's
doesn't
not
like that,
being
dude.
picked
She doesn't
up.
like that.
It's all about boundaries.
Yeah, you just broke the boundary, dude.
It's okay.
Not cool.
But
Awesome.
trade-offs for you guys?
My only trade-off is, time commitment. Time commitment.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot of time. Stuff's out of season. I'm getting produce as fresh as it can get, but I'm only getting it for 2 weeks a year.
Mhm.
If you think about it.
Yeah, you have to like.
I'm waiting for it to grow
You
again.
gotta stagger.
And
During the winter, you're like going hungry.
I'm going
like,
hungry. I'm starving. I'm dying.
You're salting the hell out of some stuff.
And I'm limited by space as well. It's not like I've got a farm in my backyard or I can just have, peppers. So I've got so many peppers that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Manny, stop playing with the cat.
What about you? Trade-offs?
Bag isn't big enough to get like all the groceries I need at once, so I need to get another bag or
And then you're
make
using more
multiple
receipt
trips to the
paper.
grocery store.
Yeah.
And that's wasteful.
Mm-hmm.
Receipt paper cannot be recycled.
Cannot be recycled.
True that.
It's just garbage. It just gets burnt.
True that.
All right. Well, I think we all had a pretty successful time trying our different conservation efforts.
Go Gators.
They were all interesting. And I
Yeah.
think they brought us all a new aspect of what we were looking at and something that we didn't necessarily would have done on our own.
Yeah, I never would have thought about this.
You would have just continued
Without
to
this
accumulate
class, yeah, I would have been
thousands
terrible,
of plastic bags in
terrible
your washing
human
machine.
being. Yeah.
Your dishwasher.
Dishwasher, yes.
Yeah.
Get it right, please. Thank you.
I apologize.
Well, this is the back table.
This is episode 2 of our conservation efforts here at the back table.
Peyton,
Kendall.
Manny,
Manny, signing off. Thank you.
thank you guys. Sponsor us.